Hello everybody, welcome back to the Rayman 3 HD run by Pixel. Say hi everybody.
Hello, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in to this run. I am Pixel, and with me at this marathon, I highly recommend doing so. It has some amazing glitches, and the HD version makes no exception, as you
Is
will
there no
see now.
audio?
Yeah, the audio should be back now.
Okay, so the people didn't hear me right now?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. We're back. Perfect.
Okay, can everybody
Okay.
hear us?
They should be able to, yes. Okay.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna do a short countdown. And yeah.
Sure. And then we'll start with the introduction again.
So
Okay.
yeah. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so I just say good luck, have fun, and
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, first thing to note, everybody, my capture card has a 2-second delay, so I might start off a bit late, but it only looks like that. Okay, so this general information
And and also there's like a 5-second delay from the stream coming into the timer, so because we had the problem before and everyone was wondering if the timer started too early. No, it didn't start too early.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
So, technical stuff aside, hello everybody, this is Rayman 3 HD, any percent, run by me. I am Pixel, hello. And with me doing commentary is Alex.
At least I'm trying to help with the commentary.
I'm sure it will all work out. We were a super team yesterday when you did your all teensies run.
We
and
sure were.
Now we're, well, powering up the graphics a bit, upping everything to high resolution. We're going next gen onto Xbox, from GameCube to Xbox 360, and now we're doing Rayman 3 HD, which was released in 2012 as a remake of the original Rayman 3, which you have seen plenty of times already at this marathon. But this is the HD remake,
Yeah.
which has quite a different speedrun route.
Yeah, the
some-
routing.
Yeah, you
in
go
this-
on. You better explain
yeah.
it.
Yeah, the routing in this version, I guess, it's a lot different. In HD, we can't do any camera buffered super jumps or anything like this. Unlike on SD, we can, and that makes the SD version a lot faster. Instead, on HD, we can do rolls, basic super jumps, and IBGs and all that stuff.
Exactly. So what you're seeing with this run is kind of what the Rayman 3 SD speedrun looked like 2 years ago, I would say. Which doesn't mean it's worse. I mean, this game is a bit slower to run than SD because it doesn't contain all the glitches, but it's still interesting to see because we take different routes and maybe do some parts that SD nowadays just goes over. So you will see. And we're starting to move Rayman just now.
So, best of luck to the runner, I suppose.
Thank you. I will do my best.
Yeah. So I think you haven't practiced that much for this run.
Yeah, to be absolutely honest, I just started practicing 1 week ago, and that is already showing because I'm messing up the super jump. Okay, there we go. Now I got proper height.
So what you saw there, Pixel was using the first-person look mode right at the edge of the mushroom, and that gives him really high super jump, and we're gonna abuse that mechanic during this run all over again.
Yeah, so that's a basic glitch. And in case you missed that, don't worry, you will have the chance to see that in action again plenty of times. Just like now, for example, where I do an ESJ.
Yeah,
I fell down. Well, this
usually
is off to a
on
good
this-
start.
Yeah,
Let
usually
me
on,
try it
the, on
again.
usually on this part, we would have to rescue Clobox and get our hands back. But since we can extend the super jump there, we can just skip right to the end.
Yeah, now it worked.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Cool.
as you can see, I am way higher in the level as I should be, so that just allows me to skip right to the end of the level, and in the next level you will see that I magically got my hands back, because the game works that way. Even though I didn't trigger the cutscene where you get your hands, you still get them after you beat this level. So that's good for us speedrunners, because I believe we couldn't beat this game without hands.
Yeah, I think on the original Xbox version, if you do hand skip, you won't actually get your hands back.
Oh,
But
that is
instead-
interesting. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, instead you won't have hands and you can only kick. So that's really interesting.
I guess you can't beat the game then.
Yeah, I don't think so. Unless you just do Fairy Console 2 normally.
So that was another extended super jump I did just there, just like with hand skip. To skip a little encounter with Andre, the antagonist of the game. And also to skip the entirety of this level.
Yeah, the strats we used to have there, they were really finicky, at least on SD. We basically did a glide walk that's just...
Oh
was really
yeah,
messed
I
up.
remember these times. The dark
Yeah.
times of that glide walk.
Yeah,
That's like absolute nightmare fuel, a very hard to execute glide walk.
yeah.
So, for the commentary of this run, Alex will of course be talking from an SD runner's perspective, because that's his main game. He also runs this game. He in fact is the world record holder of this game.
That is true.
But that's just because he's the king of everything Rayman 3 concerned. I mean, it is true.
It's kind of true.
But Rayman 3 is Alex's main. Rayman 3 SD, I mean, is Alex's main game.
Please,
You can
I'm
see,
Rayman.
just like yesterday, that it has gotten pretty late here, so
Yeah.
I might do some grammatical mistakes. Okay, and I did another weird glitch, which you could maybe explain.
Oh, right, I could try to explain this.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard with the glitches in this game.
Yeah, because I don't really use this glitch, but basically we use the not moon bounce, but the bouncy things there, and then we extend the camera mode there to get kind of out of bounds. Then there's this kind of a door thingy, and when we hit that door while extending, it just flings up way high, and we can get to the end of the level.
Yeah, and I believe everything is called a moon bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we just have a minute-long lasting cutscene about trying to get Andre out of Globox's stomach.
Exactly, and after that a teensy highway, which is, you probably know the drill by now, because this isn't the first time we show this game. It's an auto-scroller, so there's not much going on other than the possibility of me falling down, but let's just hope I do not do that.
Yeah, just like on SD, HD also can use the jump button holding strat here. Yeah,
Yeah.
the A holding button. Basically, you just hold the A button all the way through during the Teensy Highway, and on each platform that you go on, you save like a frame. For some reason, we don't actually know why, I think.
Oh yeah, something to mention, the world record for this category was set by Alex exactly last marathon, so it was a marathon PB. And to this day, I mean, I didn't attempt it a lot, but I didn't manage to beat it, so it just shows that Alex and I are on totally different skill levels concerning this game. We were at first thinking of doing a race together of this game, of this category, but we decided it will probably be very unfair because Alex is just so trained with this game and all from Rayman 3 SD any percent, right?
Yeah. Like I've had a couple of years of practice with this game, and it's not really fair to a person who has played like for like a few months, like
Exactly.
overall speedrun this game.
Yeah. I mean, I still hope I could show to you guys what this category has to offer and show you some cool glitches. So I hope you will enjoy this run.
Yeah, I think this run will be quite interesting actually, since it's quite different than SD run, so that should be something different.
Yeah, also it looks a bit cooler because HD graphics and 16:9 aspect ratio.
Although I must say that I really don't like the colors they went with this game. Like at some points the colors are just way off.
Yeah, I hear that complaint from many people. They still prefer the graphics of the original Rayman 3, although Rayman 3 HD is meant to be a graphical remaster. I think this game, even with the HD remaster, has not aged well technically and graphically, so they tried, but they didn't try hard. Yet I still feel this game didn't lose any of its charm, and I still like it, just like it was on GameCube and PC back in the days, basically. So if you're looking for a cool little platformer, you maybe want to play casually, I can highly recommend picking this game up. Also, it will be a totally different experience if you play this game casually, because we skip so much in every speedrun of this game. You're not even gonna see half of what the game has to offer in this run.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did a mid-air glide walk there to clip through the wall and get to the teensy cage faster. I need the power up, and what I could do now is do another mid-air glide walk to clip through the wall and save a few seconds. However, that is very risky. I could fall down, so I'm just gonna say no to that and avoid the potential of having to reload the level here. It's really not worth going for it, at least in my opinion and with my skill level.
Yeah, I don't do it on HD either. Something to mention about this level, that the mechanics of this level are really interesting, since it has these checkpoints for you to continue. Like first of all, you need to get the teensy cage.
Also,
then you
the
need
run
to...
will be world record. I got in this
Oh yeah,
Rayman.
of course. Yeah, then you need to hit the mushroom thing. Then you need to get the red can for actually get to the teleport. If you skip those, you will just softlock and you won't be able to proceed.
Exactly.
We've tried to do a lot of things in this level, but nothing works because of the checkpoints.
Okay, the end of this level is just like how fast you can beat all these hoodlums. Oops, that one needed one more hit. And I skipped a little dance animation, which saves 1 or 2 seconds. So that's just a bit of, well, precise movement, I guess, at the end of this level. And now we swim up a waterfall, because that's fun, you know. Which is, for me, just mashing A, and I don't even have to mash it a lot, because the speed eventually caps, so it's not like that with godlike button mashing speed you can ascend this waterfall in no time. No, it actually caps at a really, well, low rate of button mashing, so to say.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested to see this run, since it's been a long time since I've seen an H3 run, so I don't actually remember all the strats anymore.
Yeah, I believe people who are really into this game will notice a lot of bits and pieces that are different from SD. If I look at SD, for example, now, I mean, I am an HD runner, I will see a lot of things and I'll think to myself, oh wait, that's different and I remember this differently. So yeah, will definitely be interesting. Okay, doing an ESJ here.
I remember when we found that we can extend the super jumps, like everyone were so hyped about it, like
Yeah,
we were
that took
in
us
one call.
actually a really long time, longer than you might think. Like, super jumps were there since forever. It was basically the first glitch we discovered.
So, guys, we have a little question from chat. Is there any difference between languages in this version?
As you might have noticed, I'm playing in English, so that means that there isn't really a language difference because, as you might have heard in a commentary from an SD run earlier, the only difference language does is in the first level of the game for a little cutscene, you know, and it works a little different in HD, so language doesn't really matter. So you're getting to hear the English voice acting you should all understand and love. Also, while we're on the topic of voice acting, so this game comes in a lot of different languages. I believe it has voice acting for English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, and then also, I believe, Dutch, Polish, if I'm not mistaken, and Korean. So some other languages. And even if you set your Xbox to that language, to these languages, this game, like Rayman 3 HD, can only be played in 5 languages. That being English, French, German, Spanish, and Italian. But the original Rayman 3 came in a lot of weird versions even that had like voice actings.
Alright, I think you do the Clyde walk here.
No, I don't. I do the ESJ, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, this is a strat I haven't seen in a while anyways.
Yeah. On GameCube, you would do something that involves camera buffering, and everything camera buffering related is not doable on HD. Okay, so we're coming up to Master Cogskip, which is also different from the way you do it on SD. Here you do it with a roll, and I'm just praying to get it or not. I think PC does it in the same way, and I already screwed it up, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So
the way we do it...
I have to reload.
The way we do it on HD, we lock on the Teensy Cage and we do a roll that's really finicky at times. It just doesn't want to work at all. And if you get it, you know, you're lucky as hell.
Okay, now I got lucky, and this should give me enough height. Yeah, I think we're alright. So, although I had to reload the level, I still got it second try. So, we're off rather good there. Sometimes it could take you, well, minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, which is, of course, a run ender if you're onto a PB. So, first nightmare of the marathon run avoided, getting stuck there forever.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got past that. It's really mostly luck dependent.
Oh, by the way, are you gonna use the IBG on Leptis 2 or PCM?
PCM.
Oh yeah, cool.
I actually prefer the PCM maneuvering, the kind of risky PCM maneuvering over the struggle of getting IPG, you know. But we're coming to that later. That is in the late game of the run, so to say.
Yeah, I was just wondering, since I'd rather do the PCM as well.
Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, that's stuff that's coming up in the last world of the game. I just have to remember to actually activate PCM. I forgot to do that in practice. PCM is actually a good thing to bring up now because we're coming up to Bog of Merc, the first time we trigger PCM in this game, at least in Rayman 3 HD. So maybe you could explain a bit about PCM, which is also a major glitch of this game.
Yeah, sure. So we're gonna see it first time on the next level, Bog of Merc 1. The way we activate it is by in the loading screen we do something with. I'm not actually sure how you do it on HD.
You basically in the loading screen you open the Xbox menu. Owners of an Xbox 360 will know what I'm talking about. So the little pop-up that shows when you press the Xbox button. We use that, and then in the background the loading screen will go on, load the first frame of the level, then I will hold the camera button, exit out of the Xbox menu, and boom, PCM is activated.
It's more easier than it sounds like.
Yeah, it actually gives you a 100% guarantee of getting PCM, which is a huge advantage on HD.
Yeah, so PCM is playable camera mode. So basically, we just go into this camera mode, or whatever it's called, and we can.
Yeah, it's camera mode.
Yeah.
It's basically what Odyssey for the Switch now has, taking pictures of the gameplay, but Rayman 3 has had it 10 years before.
Yeah, so we're basically moving around in that camera mode freely, and when we get a power-up, it won't run out at all, and we can use it whenever we can, but on PCM you can actually cancel it, other than on IPG you can't cancel it at all.
Okay, so you're seeing the loading screen. I'm opening the Xbox menu. You see the first frame of the level. I quit out of the Xbox menu, and you see the game is doing its thing, and I am in camera mode. Thus, I have successfully activated PCM. So we're using that now to do what we call Begonia skip. That little beautiful lady you're seeing right now is Begoniax, a mini boss that we are going to skip, hopefully. It's quite risky. Again, Alex mentioned how PCM works, so I could screw it up, but let's hope I don't. I am mostly proficient at doing this. We will see.
So we use the PCM to get to the boss fight, then we go out of bounds, and the exit is quite near the boss fight, so we can just fly over there and finish the level.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff will go on at the same time now.
Yeah,
it's quite finicky.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult trick at first, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, you might say, wait, where the heck are you going and how do you know? Well, suddenly you see the end of the level, you drop yourself down, and that's the end of the level. I know it looked like a mess right now, but that's Begonia's skip. And trust me, what Alex said is true. Once you get it down, once you develop a feel for it, it's actually not that hard. Are those flying whales touchable? I believe they are. Like most of the stuff in the game, you can just go through them.
Yeah, they're just visuals and they don't have any hitboxes. I think you're gonna go and do this level casually and not do the roll. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a roll at the end, like close to the exit, which is, however, really inconsistent. And doing this level casually really doesn't take long.
It's not that much slower to do it casually. It maybe loses like 15 seconds or so, when you could lose like minutes to the roll if you don't know how to do it.
So on this platform I was just passing by with the metal spinning guy. Is he actually called the Spinaroo?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Spinaroo,
with Spinaroo on it. So you could do a roll there to proceed to the end of the level. But yeah, doing it casually doesn't waste much time. And this level right here is also done casually. Just because on HD there isn't really anything you could perform.
Yeah, on SD you would perform a camera buffered meter super jump to skip pretty much the whole level, kind of. But on HD we can't do
Exactly.
anything like that, so we're just gonna use a minor skip here. It's not a glitch, but it's
Yeah, it's rather a jump the developers didn't think about, which the game also has a lot of. Also, I guess this is also unintended. I believe, like, going just through the swamp here, normally I think you should get a green power-up for this, but we're just swimming through it. I guess this is also unintended, though really
yeah, I
easy to
think
do.
so.
This is like stuff you don't even think about anymore. So now I'm going over to this boat here with the 2 hoodlums. Go away, hoodlums. This is my boat now. And I'm gonna jump off the boat and can easily grab the ledge here, and that's the end of the level. Cool. So Bug of Merc on HD is no big deal really. It's mostly just like casual platforming until you come up to Razov's Mansion.
Yeah.
On SD, however, you see some cool camera buffered super jumps here, so
Yeah,
it's really impressive there. Do we actually have another Rayman 3 run coming up at this marathon? I think we should.
Yeah,
Right?
I have no TNCs
Oh, you're
tomorrow.
right. So
Or,
you will see it there.
Yeah. So the Bug of Merc differs from SD quite a lot, since there are no really major skips we can do here, besides from Begoniacs and the Rashov skip. Unlike on SD, we can pretty much skip everything.
Yeah. So coming up to Razov's Mansion, we're you know, as you might have known from other runs or earlier runs of this marathon, we like to skip doors in this game, and so we do with the doors to Razov's Mansion by using a glide walk and then we're clipping through the side wall. Oops, I didn't do the glide walk there. Try again. Hello, Rayman, get out of the water, thank you. Okay. There you go. So, normally you have to defeat all the enemies to open the door, but we're just gonna glide walk around it, and that's the level.
I don't think you can actually use the same strat on HD that we use on SD on Razov Mansion. Clipping through the wall, I think we have to use the glide walk here.
You mean on the staircase?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I tested it and it's not possible, so
Yeah.
we do a different strat instead.
Oh, right, the meter super
Yeah,
jump.
which is also not too hard to do, although it looks really confusing, I believe. That's what it looks like to you. And it doesn't waste much time, so now we just skipped Razov, which is supposed to be a 3 to 4 minute long chase inside his mansion, and well, we didn't give a damn. But now we have to fight Razov again. This is a boss fight we can't skip, and it's pretty annoying. It's kinda RNG dependent. So basically you have to punch Razov as much as you can. Also with the help of red power-up boxes, which will spawn any second. And it's totally RNG dependent where these will spawn. And
Yeah, it's RNG what pattern Razov makes. But usually it's pretty doable. The RNG isn't that heavy here, but it can sometimes screw you over.
Okay, so right now he didn't get the chance to destroy my red can. Yeah, I basically got him in a good position now where he is unable to destroy my red can because I can knock him down beforehand. You know, once he gets out of the pit, he is going with his wrecking ball to my red can to destroy it, so I can't access it anymore. But I'm just gonna knock him down before, and that's the boss. So that's rather an optimal fight, so that went well.
Yeah, that was really good. And then up to Living Dead.
Yeah.
Are you
Not so
gonna
long
use the
ago, we used to
PCM
do
here?
a PCM here,
Yeah.
but now we don't. We used to rely on a yellow power-up, which gives you helicoptering ability. Excuse my voice right now. But we found enough strats to basically make us independent from the helicopter power-up, and we can still get to the end of the level. So first up is a glitch which is really easy to do. I said really easy to do. Why can't I do it? Hello? Okay, this actually took me longer than it should have. Normally this is just first try, like you jump, you hold first person mode, you jump again, and that gives you a second jump in midair. It's really weird. And of course if I say it's easy, then it will take me forever. Okay, and now a glide walk to get up here, which is rather hard. Or finicky. Let's see. Okay. This works
And
out.
this glide walk here, it's pretty precise, but with the proper angle
Yeah,
and...
because you don't have like a high platform you're doing it off.
Yeah.
And a mid-air glide walk, or ESJ and then a mid-air glide walk. Basically
Yeah,
combined
from ESJ to a glide walk.
to glide
Then
over a wooden door into the end of the level. So that went really well overall.
yeah, that was really good actually.
Okay,
I approve.
And then onto a unique glitch, which is the first person dive, which is quite similar to a super jump, but instead of gaining height, we use it to dive under the water. Right? I guess. And we're doing that here. Let's see. Okay, that was fast. And now we're just swimming out of bounds and just minding our own business. Okay, and that way we also skip a mini-boss and some fighting. Overall, like several minutes of gameplay, and now we're here. And we can use this conveniently placed piggy bank to just jump onto this ledge here and go to the end of the level. So a great game design by the developers here. Okay, so now we're onto a level that normally takes around, well, 15 minutes. But we can actually skip the majority of it. And I didn't actually manage to do gate skip, that is unfortunate. So
Yeah.
You could actually make this really optimal by going right through the gate, by doing some weird cutscene movement in the beginning, but instead I have to rely on a little glide walk I'm doing here, which is not really hard. Just going over here, and I'm stuck. No, I didn't. Okay. I went over the gate and skipped the level.
Next up would be Seloge.
Yeah, Ace, you summarized it well.
Yeah,
When you say a trick
would
is
be.
easy, it will take you forever, and vice versa. Okay, so yeah, Kiloshi skip, what you just saw there, which was a pick roll, and there is someone in our community who doesn't run this game anymore. He's called Dressbird, and he used to love these pick roll tricks, and he tried to find as many useful pick rolls as possible. And again, he's not running this game anymore, but I just kind of wanted to mention that because that is very adorable, finding as many pig rolls as possible. So, Rasp, if you're watching that, you will always be the meme lord of this community.
So basically, we're just going around the arena.
Casually swimming around in...
Yeah, it's kind of cool that once you go like out of bounds and land on water, you can swim as far as you want. Like,
yeah.
And if you jump, you can just get off, and it's
here
really
we can
cool.
just like walk on the ground. I don't even know why that works, but I guess we can be happy about it.
Yeah.
The voice acting is amazing in this game. Okay, so a doctor's office where we are supposed to kill all the hoodlums, and that's what we're doing, but we're not doing it with this rocket power-up. We're just casually jumping through this gate and take them down with our fist.
Yeah, I think it's around like
1 or 2 seconds faster.
Yeah, 1 or 2 seconds faster.
So it really only is faster if you do it optimally. But it's worth going for because that jump I did in the beginning to clip through the gate is super easy, and it just makes you think, how can they overlook that? That goes with many things in this game. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable
indeed.
how many glitches this game has. Also, one thing I forgot to mention so far, the fastest way you can play this game is without autosave, so both on SD and on HD, so that in the beginning of Rayman 3 HD, you select you don't want to save your progress anywhere, and that will be around a minute or 2 faster. Yeah, I guess around a minute, because you skip basically a short saving sequence at the end of each level, which is like 1 second long. You might have seen it already or noticed it at the end of the level. But for the marathon, I'm gonna play with autosaves just in case anything goes wrong, because in fact, when I was practicing just 1 hour ago, right before my run started, I was practicing reflux and my Xbox just froze, and there was nothing I could do but to restart it. So for these cases, it's actually nice to have autosave on, because, you know, marathon luck. Things could always go really, really wrong. Just enjoy some nice teensy highway music, I guess.
So the next level or world will be Delta K.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone who has played this as a kid will remember that world.
Yeah, and not in a positive way.
Yeah.
Which actually fits, because for us speedrunners, this world is a nightmare as well.
It really is. I think, at least in my opinion, it's one of the hardest worlds to speedrun.
Also because it's the longest, so there's a lot of things you need to be prepared for. Coming up with the first level, which is actually really risky. You could soft lock there. And
or hard lock at the worst
at
case.
the worst, so talking about why I play with autosave. So it's good that I have autosaves on.
So what you will see Pixel doing in the next level is that
basically skip the entire level.
well, yeah, basically skipping the entire level, but he uses a kite walk to get out of bounds at the start of the level, and then he aims right at the end of the level, It's pretty precise, but it should be doable, and that saves a whole lot of time.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to drop down here, the mouth of the skull, but that's not high enough. That is not either. Ah, needs some more height. Okay, this works out. Now I'm doing this glide walk, yeah. Ah, come on. Oh well, I'm having some issues right now with this. Hold on. Okay, we go over here, let ourselves drop down.
I've always hated the way HD does this trick. On SD, it's
Yeah.
so much easier.
And now we're just helicoptering. And
For like a minute.
for like a minute. And you might be wondering, hey, what can you do now? How do we know where to fly now? We're flying to the end of the level, obviously, which is somewhere in the distance. So basically, to our advantage, there is this really helpful background. So you can kind of see this. I don't know what it is. Some people say it's a tree. I believe it's some sort of ribcage, actually. Might fit the theme.
Yeah, I don't see
Basically,
it
where I'm
being a
throwing my
thing.
punches at, that little thing in the background. We're using that... excuse me. We're using that thing to align ourselves to fly to the end of the level, but we only have that as a visual aid. So let's see. I should approach the end of the level right now. Okay, there it is. Okay, did it without soft
Oh,
locking.
cool.
You could
Sweet.
actually soft lock or hard lock. We talked about it at the beginning by landing in the loading zone, but not actually landing on solid ground so that you fall down. So that causes a hard lock. But we're done with this little nightmare of a level.
Yeah, I'm really glad that that went
Yeah.
well.
You wouldn't believe how much I am, because if I failed that, I would have to do it all over again. So 1 minute of flying, this is a lot of
If
time.
you soft lock, you're gonna have to reset the level, and if you hard lock, you might have to reset the console, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so this mid-air glide walk is quite finicky. I'm
Here
having
we are
a
just...
lot of problems with this recently. Okay, there we go. I was aiming
Yeah.
for a ledge grab there and I got it.
By doing this, we just skip reflux, not reflux, but Akanaran getting on the switch,
Come on.
and saves around like 20
That was
seconds,
just
I
that
think.
gameplay right there. Okay, and you're supposed to enter the statue from the left, but we're doing it from the right, it's a bit faster. Not saying from the right wing because that might start some political discussion. Please don't, please don't. Okay, so in this level we're seeing our buddy PCM again, the camera glitch. But as you see, I have not activated it yet. We're activating it in a different way. And Alex, maybe you could explain how.
How it works.
Yeah, so the Knaran
Yeah,
PCM,
yeah,
right?
sure. So basically, whenever you take 3 times damage from a Kanaran, there will be this teensy cutscene telling you to be careful or so. During this
Exactly.
cutscene, we can get out and move. When it ends, we need to be at get the camera mode for us to get PCM, and it's a lot easier than Cage PCM. And with that Kanaran PCM, we can just get the power up and fly to the end of the level.
Yeah, so I just did it. You saw the TC appearing there, and within that I had time to get the power up, activate camera mode, and do it just like Alex told you. It's not quite easy, but it's also just a thing of getting used to it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you only have a small time window of where the teensy talks. It also means that I lost some health now. Also, my health at this moment is really... my health meter is really small. And that is quite a problem for the boss coming up, for Reflux, which involves a lot of damage boost. So health management is quite hard there, actually. So I'll see to get full health in this level. Yeah, okay, I have full health now, so we should be good for the Reflux fight, but still have to be careful for the health there.
Yeah. I wonder if Sid would still like Reflux.
Okay, where
with
am I?
the current
That was
strats.
a really weird super jump. Wasn't really high. Well,
Yeah, that was
matter.
pretty low, but you did it, so...
It was just to my standards. I have low standards.
Yeah. At the end of this room, we use a normal super jump to get out of bounds and fly to the trigger.
The very basic form of a super jump, and
yeah,
super easy as well. This is
casually,
one of the easiest super jumps in the game.
Yeah, casually you would have to wait for the Canarans to kind of push you down.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to go where the diamonds are. You just saw them on the screen. Oh no, my internet is dropping a lot of frames at the moment. Actually, it isn't. This is just a laggy cutscene that sometimes happens. We don't really know why, but it doesn't lose any time, so it's just a weird graphical glitch. By the way, does the chat have any questions on this run? We could maybe try to answer. I didn't get the chance so far to take a look at the chat. As we're approaching Reflux, by the way.
Something to mention about the Reflux fight, I guess. Again, like the previous runs. We used to use the red cans in the sides of this fight, but nowadays it's we've noticed that it's a lot faster to use just normal punches instead.
Yeah, that took us a very long time to figure out.
Yeah.
So
also,
I will start off this fight with a rather unusual movement. I will run right into Reflux and take damage, but that is actually the fastest way of beating him.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that we're gonna do a few of damage boosts for Reflux to stand down a bit faster. Normally he would just try to catch you for a team to hit you, but we're just gonna run straight to him.
Oh no, I think I have to collect the red can. I didn't deal enough damage. So I actually have to collect the red can once.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's only in the beginning, so it doesn't lose too much time actually. Just pretend that this didn't just happen. And we're back to the normal fast route.
Usually, at this point of the run, we would have a lot more health than we do right now.
As you see, I'm quite low on health, so I have to get some health back.
Yeah, but because it's a speed run, we skip a lot of the TNC cages, but that we would get casually. Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm so low on health. Or my health meter is so low. Okay, I actually hear this warning sound now, so I have have to definitely get some health back.
Yeah, you should. You can actually defeat the boss fight
no,
and die at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, so
By
if you get
standing in these little lava spots, fire spots, I guess. Or is there another way? I'm not sure.
I mean, if you get hit right when you've hit the
yeah.
last,
But we
and
should
you're
be
on
good,
one health,
and
yeah, you should.
despite the beginning, this was a good reflux, I would say.
Yeah, it was okay. Pretty good.
Okay. Just keep in mind that, like with the old route, involving the red can everywhere, it would have taken us, well, close to 4 minutes, I believe. 3 to 4
Yeah.
minutes.
And now it took like 2 minutes.
Exactly. Okay, so now we have this little level where Rayman gets his new ability of sticking out his tongue, which he should actually have had before, because that's what he can do at the beginning of Rayman 1, so I don't get the game really there. And in SD you can skip this level by doing a camera buffered super jump, right? Was it a camera buffered super jump?
Yeah, it's just a camera buffered super jump.
But on HD, we have to do it normally. But
I mean, I'd rather, have to do it normally, but because it's faster on SD.
But as you
of
just
course.
saw, it's a short level.
Yeah. Actually, you can do the skip on HD as well, but it's some really weird roll, I think.
Yeah, that is true. It's really inconsistent and not worth going for because the level is so short. Okay, now we're performing an ESJ, which I actually found. It's like the only glitch that I found for this game. I grabbed the ledge. That is a problem. You will see why in a bit, but now I'm still trying to get the ESJ. That's not quite it. I'm actually failing my own trick right now. Hello. There you go. So you kind of clip into that bone. And then you gain a lot of height and we can skip a wooden door. But I was kind of worried about grabbing a ledge, and that is because now the second half of the game doesn't work as intended. Normally we could do a mid-air glide walk here to get to the end of the level, but that gets deactivated basically by the game when you grab a ledge. So we kind of have to do a backup here, and for that I need sound, so silence for a bit. There we go. So I did a little jump off of a grenade that these guys threw at me. That was basically a backup strat to get over these crates and to the end of the level. This is what you have to do if you accidentally grab the ledge here. And it's quite risky because this is of course a damage boost and quite inconsistent as well.
So, TLS next. What do you think about that pixel? How do you feel?
If you really ask me, quite nervous, especially TLS1, because TLS1 is really inconsistent. You will see why in a bit. Well, depends on whether it will take me long or not. We will see. TLS1 is quite hard to do. Maybe you could explain what we do there.
Yeah, sure. First there's just gonna be this cutscene, but after that Pixel is gonna do an ESJ on top of the teleport thing.
Yeah, some sort of platform.
Yeah, it has actually a hitbox, but the ESJ needs to be pretty high for that, and it's kind of difficult to do.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get any height out of it at all.
Yeah, and on top of the platform, you can jump barely out of bounds and skipping the level.
And I just did it first try. Well,
Oh.
marathon luck.
Damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So
You deserve a clap.
Well, luck is a very big factor in this, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just happy that I got this over. Okay. The
then
rest of
the second...
TLS is fortunately very easy.
Yeah. I was gonna just say that the second and third TLS, they're gonna be a lot easier. I think on TLS 2 you're gonna do another ESJ, and on TLS you're gonna use a meter glide walk.
Yeah, that's true. And these are pretty easy. So all these TLS levels have in common that also, generally speaking, you're supposed to collect crowns to open a gate to proceed. So that's kind of the theme of this world. But we're just in some sort or another clipping through all of these gates and skipping having to collect these crowns. Let me see. I'm not getting up there. Hello. There you go. And you see, we skip like, well, maybe 10 minutes of gameplay in total.
Yeah, in total, like around 10 minutes in.
We're making the longest shortcut, actually, the shortest shortcut.
Yeah.
So a proper shortcut, I would say. Okay, and we get to see the three little teensy doctors one last time, and I believe they are extremely cute. Like the characters in this game, they have so much personality. As I said earlier in the run, it might not have aged well from a technical standpoint. This game, you may see a lot of blurry textures and might not seem very optimal for a 2012 game released on Xbox 360. I would totally not deny that, but I believe this game has a lot of charm, especially with the amazing voice acting, which I wish you could
really
hear more,
does.
but obviously the game sound is not that loud on stream. So I advise you to play this game for yourself. It really is a blast. So yeah, coming on to the most boring level in the game, the RNG boat. Basically an auto-scroller, also RNG dependent, so a speedrunner's nightmare.
One thing to mention about this level, there are not really any strats to skip anything. There's a bit of a strat to optimize this level, and it's, as you can see, to use the middle cannons as much as you can and leave the back cannon alone, so you don't have to waste time going back there. And you don't really need to worry about health, because this level it's pretty easy.
Yeah, you have to play really bad to fail this level. Also, one funny thing to mention, I mean, this is actually the only time you're getting to see the HD version of this game at the marathon, so we have to mention the fact that the mini-map, you might have noticed it already, in this level, is flipped vertically, in the HD version only. That is just a bug and something that they totally overlooked. It's quite embarrassing, I would say.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the little red dots indicating where the enemies are spawning are still the right way around. It's just like the ship is like flipped. Okay, and as Alex already told you, there are like two enemies at bottom of the ship or the top. It depends which way you look at it. I'm just gonna keep them there, or I kept them there for the entirety. But now I actually destroyed all the enemies except these two. I'll destroy them now. That's basically the optimal way to do this level. The rest comes down to RNG, unfortunately. Okay, so that's it, and we're coming up to Summit Beyond the Clouds, the snow level. I hope you guys are already in a festive mood for Christmas. Just one more week till Christmas, everybody. Have you got all your presents yet?
So as I've mentioned before in my runs, Summit Beyond Clouds is one of the most relaxing worlds in this game. Casually and speedrun-wise, it's pretty calm and there's not much to do. But pretty simple tricks overall.
Well, actually it starts off with a PCM. You can avoid this PCM, but I like to do it. In my opinion, it saves some time if done optimally.
I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you don't do it in HD, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I looked at your run and I believe that PCM might still save some time, but...
Yeah, it might be faster, just a bit.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I just don't like the way you move in PCM, especially in this level.
Yeah, it's really risky, so basically the opposite of what you said. It's not really relaxing part, but I already got past it basically, got the yellow power up and we're now flying up. That was the whole purpose of PCM. But yeah, the rest is pretty much relaxing. It's a wooden door skip that looks really complicated, but once you know how to do it, it's not that hard. And that's coming up right now. And I believe that wooden door skip is also done the same way on SD. Even though
yeah, it is.
With a glide
Exactly
walk.
the same way.
I mean, the things HD and SD have in common are getting fewer and fewer. There you go. Also, the music is really cool.
Are you gonna use what strat to skip the second part of this level?
Glide walk.
Oh, glide walk, yeah, of course. There's
Yeah,
multiple
there are quite
ways
a
to do
few
it.
ways, I believe.
Yeah.
But I kind of always use the glide walk here.
Yeah, okay.
Casually, you have to like enter a totally different section of the level to get a power up and then get to the end of the level. Meaning I just saved like 1 or 2 minutes over doing it casually. Alright, and if you're still not festive yet, now you will, because what is the best thing to do in winter? Of course, doing some amazing snowboarding. To be absolutely honest, I have never snowboarded in my life. But
I tried once
I
and it
imagine
was
it to
horrible.
be pretty cool.
It was just a big mess.
Okay. Just like my life.
I'm not gonna say anything to that.
I mean, I live in a region where there aren't really any mountains. Everything is like flat surface. Kinda imagine like it like the Netherlands. I don't live in the Netherlands, but it's like the same. It's like the same kind of landscape. So there's hardly like a place where I can practice snowboarding or do snowboarding. So instead, we have to do it in Rayman 3, which I think is also a cool substitute. So yeah, we have seen quite a few Rayman 3 runs at the marathon already, and I'm pretty sure most of them have attempted to explain the glitch that can happen in this level, which is the pixels, so I'm not gonna do it again. Maybe give you a quick summary. Although you win the race against Globox in this level, you could actually lose it. That's the pixel summarized for you. Very evil glitch, but I won't get it because now we know what causes it, and I won't get it, don't worry. Okay, I'm still behind Globox, but this
You can catch up to him
this last
in the last
section here allows you to gain insane speed basically and catch up with him, so no worries. Other than the infamous pixel glitch, this level has nothing to worry about. Alright, HHQ, Hoodlum Headquarters. Starting off with an ESJ.
Oh yeah, the lava looks so different on HD than it does on ST.
Oh, that's true, yeah. Okay, that wasn't really a high ESJ, so I might have to do wizard skip actually. Or wait, no, I can just jump off these crates, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so no wizard skip. Just forget what I said. I could have gotten more height from that ESJ to skip that little cutscene that we just saw, but fortunately I didn't get that. Did I grab a ledge maybe? Yeah, I think I grabbed the ledge, so I can't...
Oh yeah, you grabbed the box there.
Oh yeah, okay, that was unfortunate, so... Can't do the little time save in the end here, which looks really cool by the way. Oh well. Actually, forgot how to do this casually, so I guess I have to kill this guy. Okay. Is he dead? Not yet. Come on. Oh, that is quite a time loss, I would say. Oh, whatever.
It's still a pretty decent run so far.
Yeah, so far, definitely.
Nothing to worry about.
Also, you might have noticed in the meantime that our health bar suddenly got extended to the maximum, or close to the maximum, I'm not sure actually. That is, I believe, because of PCM, because PCM messes a lot of things up. Although I might be mistaken, I don't know, Alex.
I actually have no idea.
Okay. But you also noticed that, right?
Yeah, I noticed.
I guess it's just like something we can be happy about.
Yeah.
So
Or it might be due to
no more
you
health
being...
management.
Yeah.
Shooting that rocket in a weird way to kill this guy and use a mid-air super jump to get up here. Okay, and in this section you could use an ESJ to proceed, although there's also a normal super jump you can do here, which I still like to this day. I don't know why. Just feels more consistent to me. And I wish I didn't say that, because now it will take me forever, probably.
I've never liked this strat.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it, but For me, it kind of always worked out. Yeah, it works. Okay. The only problem really is the roof there, so you need an insane super jump to clip through the roof, and then you get insane amount of heights to get to the end of the level. Alright. Okay, starting off this level with a super jump to get up to these platforms. I don't know if people can hear me still. If you can, we're sorry. I hope it will get fixed soon.
Now they can't hear anything.
Oh well. So how has your day been?
Oh, it's good now.
Oh
And my
yeah,
day is
okay,
good.
we're back.
My day is good.
Okay,
Just a bit
so-
tired.
So we already started doing a bit of small talk, but we're back, I guess. So you only really miss 30 or 40 seconds, and you now see me entering RNG machine. I just started this boss fight, but I'm not actually doing it. Instead, I will fly out of bounds and then maneuver my way around it, quite risky, and skip RNG machine. Okay, so
Sweet.
now we're coming up to an auto-scroller level, basically a rising lava level. You have that in a lot of video games, and there's an ESJ you can do at the beginning. You only get one shot at it. Let me see if I can get it. I didn't, okay.
So I found this strat. It was quite a long time ago, maybe like a year, maybe not a year ago, but you know.
Yeah, it's
Anyways,
fairly modern.
yeah, it's fairly modern
And it
and
saves
it's
like 30 seconds.
yeah, and I was so freaking hyped about it when I found it, since from earlier from that there was absolutely nothing that we could have done on this level, and then I just found a 30-second skip in this level, and it was actually really insane.
Yeah. Problem is, unfortunately, you only get again one attempt to do it because the lava prevents you from doing any more attempts. Just rises so fast.
Yeah.
Just like the Coke and Ramon, but hey, that's just some foreshadowing for later games at this marathon. So yeah, could have saved time here, but I mean, it's not that we're comparing this run to anything, but like in a PB attempt scenario, I could have saved time there.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're out of HHQ and now approaching the last world, Tower of the Leptis, or Total. Does anyone call that like that?
I don't think so.
We're just called Tower of the Leptis. Alright.
Here we will see. Oh wait, you already went past it. I will basically. There was a point that you weren't supposed to be able to do a simple jump, and it saved like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and it's so easy and so quick that, yeah, I already went past it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's a really, really simple jump. And I have no idea why they didn't see that when they were testing this game. I'm not even sure if they actually tested this game. This feels like a prototype at this point, don't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do the PCM now.
Yeah, we
Right.
talked about it way earlier. So this is a level where we need an infinite flying power-up, basically, and there's two ways we can obtain that. One would be IPG, a glitch that SD would do, and can also be done on HD, but I prefer to do PCM here, just because it's easier to activate. And now I just have to do a simple glide walk here, which shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, okay, got it. And collect the yellow can here, and then fly up.
I mean, HD doesn't look that glitchy, but if you compare it to SD, it's really, really glitchy.
Exactly. Also inverted mini-maps. Now we're just gonna like fly through levels, skip everything right to the end. That's pretty much it. For Alex and me, it's kind of the same scenario as yesterday. I don't know if you caught Alex all-teensies run yesterday, which by the way was a world record. That was amazing.
By 3 minutes.
Yeah, by 3 minutes. That is insane. I'm not sure whether it's Alex's insane skill or because he hasn't touched that category in a while.
I haven't touched the category in a really long time.
Probably both.
Yeah, both.
Okay, but if you watched that by any chance, you might have noticed that we were super tired yesterday. And well, what should I say? I'm now also super tired. For us, it's like close to 2 a.m. now. For Alex, even later, like 3 a.m., close to 3 a.m. if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's soon 3 a.m.
So after this run, we will go to bed and feel really, really sorry for Whizboy, who also lives in our time zone and has to go through 3 hours of Rayman M. Is that correct? Or what is coming up next? Actually, maybe.
Yeah, Whizboy's Rayman M of 3 hours.
All right, so maybe you could do our boy Whizboy a favor and watch his Rayman M run. I believe that's also a pretty cool speedrun to watch, and so he doesn't feel that lonely this late at night. I mean, if you're from America or another time zone, then that shouldn't be a problem for you. But in Europe, it's the middle of the night right now.
Also, I have my no teens run this morning 10 a.m. So it's about 7 hours away from now, so I'll sleep like a few hours and then do my run.
Yeah, my Ramonte game run. Insane run will be in like 10 hours from now. Something around that, so... Well, maybe even less. Yeah, 8 hours from now should be correct. So I don't get that much sleep as well. I mean, that's nothing, of course, though, compared to what the techies that work behind the scenes for this marathon have to go through. Some of them only slept just like 2 or 3 hours last night to keep the stream running. So at this point, I want to give a huge shout outs to everyone behind the scenes, doing so much work for this marathon that we can keep the stream running. Obviously, we have been going through some technical difficulties, but they're doing their absolute best, and I believe that deserves a big shout out. Okay, but back to this game. We're now doing card skip. As you might have noticed, Rayman is now in a vehicle, in an aircraft vehicle, whatever. And we're trying to clip through the wall, and that was second try. Okay.
Holy
so I
shit.
didn't.
That was really good.
Yeah. And that's also pretty luck dependent. I think you would agree with me on that.
I mean, I don't know if it's really luck dependent, but it's really precise, the timing and the angle.
Yeah, precise. So I call it luck dependent because it's just like sometimes your setup just works right, and there you have it. So the game didn't even allow me to talk much more about it. So I guess we just have to work with this now. Okay, coming to the final boss, as my English skills are slowly disappearing completely. Reflux, which will take me about 10 minutes. I believe this run is actually onto a pretty good pace.
Yeah, you could be like pretty close to your PB.
Yeah.
I think your PB is like 128.
128 something, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the world record run, meaning your PB, is like 124, is that correct?
Yeah, it's 124.
Yeah. So again, set during last year's marathon.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not even sure whether this will be a 2-cycle.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, there is a way to 1-cycle this phase, but for some reason I never...
Yeah.
I personally have a lot of struggles with it. So we're just gonna try to do a 2-cycle.
It might be a bit different on HT, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that could also be the case, but well, I guess we're doing a 3-cycle. Well, this is not a very long phase, so it doesn't really matter.
I think 1 cycle saves around 10 seconds compared to 2 cycle.
Yeah, so overall not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for Reflux 1. Now, the second Reflux phase is rather important to get a 2-cycle on, because that saves you 1 minute. Unfortunately, it is also way harder. You actually have to play optimally to get that. And, well, we will see whether I can get that. Otherwise, we'll have to stick to a 3-cycle.
Best of luck and skill.
Thank you. Oops. Okay, so now I have to get as many hits in on Reflux as possible. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was more than 50%, so we're off to a good start.
Yeah, that looks really good
Yeah, that
so
looks
far.
like the health. And now maybe you viewers can tell. I would say this is about 50%.
It's around 50, yeah. So it should be 2-cycle if the next next one will go fine. And again, if you get the 3 cycle, it loses around a minute compared to getting a 2 cycle. So it's quite big. Also the same thing on the last phase. If you get like 1 cycle more, it loses like a minute.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was a 2 cycle.
Hey.
Wow, I was
Sweet.
actually focused, so I didn't talk a lot there. Okay, so that saves me a minute, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to the third phase of Reflux. That is rather straightforward, or like straight upwards, I guess, because you have to move upwards and that's your only objective here. There's nothing much you can influence here. It's just like pick the yellow can power-ups as fast as possible, try to avoid his weird laser mouth thingies. And that's it for this phase. Oops, I actually got into his laser thingy there. I don't know if you have a name for it, that would be cool.
Like a laser beam or something, I don't
Laser
know.
beam, yeah, that works. Okay, and then get this rocket can power up. There you go.
So you should be on a pace for 129 if you get a 3 cycle.
That would be really, really cool.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
So yeah, what's now only left is the final phase of Reflux, where you can either get a 3 or 4 cycle, and the difference between that is like a minute. Unfortunately, it's kind of RNG dependent, whether you will get a good cycle here or a bad cycle, as I like to call it. We'll just see. Okay, so now we're shooting hoodlums that come out of his body, and these hoodlums are walking towards him, and every hoodlum that makes it towards Reflux, I guess this is the best way to explain this phase, refills his health, so we have to kill all of them. I know that sounds awfully brutal, but we're doing this all to save time and to go fast. That's what we're here for. Okay, so missed quite a few hoodlums already. And yeah, the way the hoodlums are placed is completely RNG, so maybe they are close to each other or they are like apart, and that's of course what you don't want. Okay.
That looks like a pretty bad first
Yeah,
cycle.
bad start. It's mostly down to what you do or what you get in the second cycle, but yeah, that's not a good start.
I mean, this last phase, it should be doable pretty much every time. You just gotta get used to like how to kill them and what would be in the most optimal way.
Yeah.
But RNG has some effect on if you will get the tree cycle or not. So we'll just see how the next cycle goes.
Yeah. I mean, it could still be a 3 cycle, but Obviously the first cycle made it very hard for me. So yeah, we'll see. The worst thing that really happens if you shoot one of these red sparks, because then you actually don't get to destroy any hoodlums, and that wastes one shot, which is obviously what you want to avoid, because you want to get as many hits in as possible in this short amount of time. I got hit by getting too close to him, which is unfortunate. Okay. I believe, yeah, too many hoodlums reached his body, so...
Yeah, that's a force cycle.
That's clearly a force cycle. So unfortunately you will have to see this cycle of me shooting hoodlums just once more. I didn't quite make the free cycle. You will see how much hoodlums I was off, basically, in the next cycle, because these are the ones that remain. So that's unfortunate, so we will probably rather see this run to end in a 130.
Yeah,
But still a good
likely.
run, I would say,
It's still a good
for
run,
my
yeah.
standards. Alex, of course, is thinking, wow, what a noob.
Of course.
Nah. Everybody has their own skill level, and I think that's just normal and perfectly acceptable.
Yeah. I think you missed like 2
I
or
believe
so.
seeing each other improve and everybody getting better on their own is what is really cool in speedrunning. Rooting for everybody rooting for everybody to improve. Okay, so I missed 1, 2 hoodlums. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just 2 hoodlums off, I guess.
Yeah, that was pretty much due to the first cycle of the last phase.
Yeah. So if it weren't for these 2 hoodlums, we could have already be done by now, but now we have to shoot him.
And the time is
for-
coming up real soon.
Oh yeah,
actually.
time is coming up, right. We're approaching the end.
Whenever Rayman transforms Andre to Red Realm, then
Yeah.
we,
And
you
that
know,
will happen as soon as I gain control over Rayman. Okay, so that's reflex beaten, and I will now transform Andre into Black Lum. No, a Red Lum. He is already Black Lum. So time is coming up, right? Now, time. Okay, so I guess that was a 130.
yes, it was.
Not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed Rayman 3 HD. Any percent, everyone?
1:30:39. That's pretty good.
Okay. I'm actually thinking, should I show you the final cutscene? You know what, I'm gonna skip that and give you a bit of the credits music to listen to. Alex, do you have anything left to say?
Well, you know, shoutouts to you.
Thank you.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts to the world record holder, so shoutouts to you back, I guess. Thanks, chat, for all the GG. I hope you enjoyed it, and next up will be just to
Rayman
make
M
sure-
of Whizboy.
Yeah, checking once more. Rayman M by Whizboy, a 3-hour run, but I'm sure it's really worth watching. So stick around if you want to stay up, or if you can. But I believe we deserve some sleep now, right?
Yeah, we're off to get some sleep. So,
Okay, so
thanks for watching.
Good
Hope
night
you
from
enjoyed
us,
the run.
and have fun on the rest of the marathon.